Have you ever wanted something so badly you'd do almost anything to get it? That new car, that promotion, that bigger house? We all have desires, and that's perfectly normal. But what happens when that desire turns into something darker? When it becomes greed? Today, we're going to explore a story that uncovers the hidden price of greed, a tale that might just change the way you see success and happiness forever. Imagine a small, forgotten village nestled deep in a valley, surrounded by ancient mountains. The villagers were simple folk, content with their lives. Among them lived a man named Kael. Kael wasn't content. He was ambitious, and he dreamed of a life far beyond the valley. He watched the merchants who passed through, their silks shimmering and their pockets heavy with gold, and a fire of envy burned within him. He didn't just want wealth, he craved it. One day, an old traveler, weathered by years on the road, stopped in the village. He spoke of a legendary place, the Sunken City of Aeridor, a metropolis of gold and jewels that was swallowed by the earth centuries ago. He warned that the city was guarded by a powerful curse, but Kael wasn't listening to the warnings. All he heard was a city of gold. This was his chance. The key, the traveler whispered, was a map hidden in the highest peak overlooking the valley, a place the villagers called the Dragon's Tooth. While the other villagers dismissed it as a fairy tale, Kael became obsessed. He neglected his work, his friends, his family. His every waking thought was consumed by the map and the riches it promised. His friends tried to reason with him. Kael, his closest friend Alara, would say, "The real treasures are here, in our homes, in our community." But Kael would just scoff. "You're blind to what's possible," he'd reply, his eyes gleaming with a feverish light. The climb to the Dragon's Tooth was treacherous. The path was steep, the winds were fierce, and sharp rocks tore at his hands and clothes. Several times he nearly fell, but the vision of gold pushed him onward. He ignored his exhaustion, his thirst, the pain in his body. Greed was his fuel. After days of relentless climbing, he found it, a small, crumbling shrine, and inside, a leather-bound scroll. The map. He didn't waste a moment. He followed the map's cryptic lines through dense forests and across raging rivers. He ate whatever he could find, slept in hollow logs, and pushed his body to its absolute limit. The journey was a blur of suffering, but the promise of Aeridor was a blinding light at the end of the tunnel. Finally, after weeks of travel, he stood before a colossal, vine-choked chasm. At the bottom, shimmering under a faint, ethereal glow, were the golden spires of the sunken city of Aeridor. It was real. It was more magnificent than he had ever imagined. A staircase, carved into the chasm wall, led down into the city. As Kael descended, his heart pounded with a mixture of awe and avarice. The city was silent, preserved perfectly in time. Buildings made of polished marble were inlaid with giant rubies and emeralds. Fountains that once flowed with water were now filled with shimmering pearls. Gold was everywhere, golden statues, golden cobblestones, golden gates. He had found it. He was rich beyond his wildest dreams. He began stuffing his bags with everything he could carry. He pried gems from the walls, filled his pockets with pearls, and loaded his sack with golden goblets and plates. He laughed, a wild, manic laugh that echoed through the silent city. "It's all mine," he shouted to the empty streets. "All mine." As he filled his final bag, he noticed a grand pedestal in the center of the main plaza. Atop it sat a single, ornate golden apple. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen, crafted with such detail that it looked real. This, he thought, was the ultimate prize. He climbed the pedestal and reached for it. The moment his fingers touched the golden apple, a profound change swept over him. The weight of the gold in his bags suddenly felt immense, crushing. He looked at his hands, and to his horror, they were beginning to shimmer, turning into solid gold. The transformation crept up his arms, cold and heavy. Panic seized him. He tried to drop the bags, to run, but his legs were already becoming rigid, metallic. He was turning into a golden statue. In his final moments of consciousness, as the gold consumed him, he didn't see the jewels or the riches. He saw Alara's worried face. He remembered the laughter of his friends in the village tavern. He smelled the fresh bread his mother used to bake. He saw the simple, genuine treasures he had left behind, the life he had traded for cold, lifeless metal. His last thought was a scream of regret that would never escape his golden throat. Kael became another statue in the city of greed, a permanent monument to his own ambition. He got exactly what he wanted, to be surrounded by gold forever. The curse of Aeridor wasn't a monster or a ghost. It was the city itself. It gave you everything you desired, and in doing so, it took away everything you truly were. So, what can we learn from Kael's tragic tale? This isn't just a story about a mythical city. It's a parable for our own lives. Greed is a subtle trap. It starts with a simple desire, but it can grow until it consumes our values, our relationships, and our very humanity. It promises happiness but delivers emptiness. Think about it. We see this in the real world all the time. The executive who sacrifices their family for another promotion. The celebrity who loses themselves in the pursuit of fame. The endless chase for more, more, often leaves people feeling more alone and unfulfilled than when they started. The story of Kael teaches us a powerful lesson in mindset. True wealth isn't about accumulating possessions. It's about appreciating what we have. It's about connection, purpose, and gratitude. It's the warmth of a friendship, the pride in honest work, the joy of a shared moment. These are the treasures that can't be bought or stolen, and they will never turn you into a statue. So, the next time you feel that pull of envy, that burning desire for something you don't have, remember Kael. Ask yourself, what is the real price of this desire? Is it worth trading my peace, my relationships, my very self for a golden apple? Let's strive for ambition, not greed. Let's build our lives on a foundation of gratitude, not envy. Because at the end of the day, the most valuable things in life aren't things at all. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you consider to be life's real treasures? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that make you think. See you in the next one.